The time is just gone 8:35 a.m. and today, 80 years later, we're talking about history in the making. We're talking about the auspicious occasion of the opening of the Alberton Masjid. Joining us this morning, we've got a double dose of Ebrahim. We have got Ebrahim Lahe and Ebrahim Makda on the line with us. To both of you, Ebrahim Lahe, Ebrahim Makda, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Jummah Mubarak and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you and to your listeners. It's a great occasion for us to be on your media this morning, and Jazakallah for granting us the opportunity to be part of the history in the making today.
Well, certainly it has been. And Ebrahim Lahe, I know we're not going to be doing justice to what we need to discuss in 10 minutes because 80 years is a long time. Now, let's just talk about why we say this is history in the making.
Alhamdulillah, it's a very good approach. So, Alhamdulillah, with the mercy of Allah Ta'ala, today marks a memorable day in the history of Alberton and the Muslims, specifically of Transvaal. You know, we remember the sacrifices of our elders of Alberton who are no longer with us today. So, going into the history, in the early 90s, Haji Hazrat Yusuf Makda, may Allah be really pleased with him, at the time donated to the Alberton Elanfontein Muslim Jamaat approximately 100 square meters of land to the establishment of an Islamic center.
Yes, Ibrahim? I think we've just lost Ebrahim Lahe there. Ebrahim Makda, are you with us?
Gee, that's right. I am still with you.
Yes, I know Ebrahim Lahe obviously was giving putting some of the history into context, and he mentioned the Makda name, and Alhamdulillah, years I've had the association, I've worked in the area, we've read so many salahs at the old Alberton Jamaat Khana, and just looking at it from your perspective, what does this day mean to you personally, and also the community that has been in Alberton for such a long time?
Well, I think Shukr Alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah, it's a magnificent day for us. Through the generations, we've been waiting for this day. Many families contributed so much time, effort, and finance to this project, and they will be really pleased with it. People who have passed away, many people have passed away, family, friends, relatives, they all wanted to see this masjid project up and about, and Shukr Alhamdulillah, today is the day. Our first Jummah will be ready in this masjid.
Well, inshallah. Ebrahim Lahe, are you back with us? Oh, I think we've lost Ebrahim Lahe.
I can give you a brief outcome of what you were saying.
Yes, please go ahead.
So what happened was in the early 1900s, about 1,000 square meters was given. It was given that time in yards by my late great-grandfather, Haji Yusuf Makda. And then on his demise, and the project continued. And upon my late grandfathers were passing away, then the Makda family contributed another 1,000 square meters towards the masjid project. And Shukr Alhamdulillah, the building is now on 2,000 square meters. Shukr Alhamdulillah, it's up and about.
Yes, so there's obviously a very, very long history, and you speak about your great-grandfather, and I remember your grandfather, and Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fill his cover with Noor and grant him Jannah as well. And there has been, and also your late father as well, who took a keen interest in the Jamaat Khana, but together with that also, we've seen the other families, the Saluti families, the Sidat families as well, over the years, ensuring that through the Jamaat Khana, Salah was read on a regular basis there, the Jummah as well. But looking at the program today, and I know that many people are going to be converging in Alberton today for this wonderful occasion. So, and I'm sure that for the community and for people like yourself who have been there for a long, long time, welcoming people to participate in this wonderful occasion, it's going to be very, very momentous.
Yeah, sure. It's going to be absolutely. And that's why people are eager to come. We've been hearing for years before while our project was still ongoing. Please, we want to come. When the masjid is ready, we want to come. We're looking forward to it. We can't wait. So people are really eager and excited to be here. Shukr Alhamdulillah.
Yes, and just looking ahead at the program, as you know, Ibrahim Lahi is back with us. Ibrahim, assalamu alaikum once again. And I know we lost you, but Ibrahim Makda obviously has given some context into what you were saying. Is there anything else you wish to add?
So, alhamdulillah, I don't know, for some reason I lost connection to the line, but I'm sure my colleague would have done a great job in terms of what has been said. But I'll just add one or two points into that. I'm not sure if he's covered that or not. So just going back in the history. So Ibrahim Makda, his late grandfather, Hazrat Ibrahim Makda at the time, when the apartheid government gave us quite a lot of difficulty in establishing an Islamic center, allocated a piece of building in the back of his land for the establishment of one of the musallas in Alberton, which has now served the community until this very day. And may Allah be really pleased with him for that great gesture that he actually contributed towards the community. And his concern was really that we need to establish an Islamic center in Alberton for the benefit of the community. After his demise as well, the community restarted the project, and the Makda family again donated another 1,000 square meters towards the Masjid project. And alhamdulillah, today we see the benefits of what the Makda family has done towards the community. And just on the side, it's very interesting to note that with all their sacrifices, the very first Hufaz in the Alberton community, what the mercy of Allah Ta'ala came from the Makda family as well. What a great reward for the Makda family, regarding the concern for the Muslim Ummah. And today we see a beautiful greenhouse masjid project being developed purely for the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala.
Well, also Ibrahim Lahi, I think what is important for us to understand, and what you're saying is, we've seen this right across the entire country, where our forefathers had basically set up the infrastructure, they laid the groundwork for the spread of Islam, for the continued education and benefit of future generations, alhamdulillah. And we are talking about the Makda family as well, but also for you personally, because having grown up in Alberton, we know that the Lahi family has been at the forefront as well. And I mentioned to Ibrahim Makda about the other families as well, the Sidat family, the Saluti families. These were all the traditional families that lived in Alberton for years and years, generation after generation. And just for the community of Alberton, for people like yourselves that have got this this attachment to Alberton, what does it mean personally for you?
Well, absolutely. Alberton is a very special place in the hearts of many Muslim and very honorable ulama that have actually presented themselves into the Alberton community. I don't want to take the glory away from the Alberton community, but a thought comes to my mind that one of our existing pioneers in the area, and everyone knows him quite fondly as Bhai Papa Ebrahim Sidat, who's not well at the moment, and is really, his health is really deteriorated significantly, also played a very important and significant role in the establishment of the center. And a great thanks goes out to the Sidat family as well. They did just phenomenal work in terms of the establishment of the masjid and their sacrifices. It's really today going to be a very momentous occasion for everyone that is associated to Alberton. And the community really say that, a great thanks to everyone in whatever form who participated in the establishment of this masjid.
Yes, Ibrahim Makda, just looking at the program today, what can be expected?
Well, we can have Mufti Muhammad. He's one of our local ulama who've been on our roster quite regularly. He's going to be giving us a lecture today. And then we're going to have some ulama attending from outside. And then obviously we'll have lunch and some deep stuff.
Well, inshallah, we're looking forward to that. And sadly, I won't be able to attend, but, it's something that I was actually looking forward to as well. But I'm sure that, with the opening of the masjid, it's going to obviously open up a lot more opportunities for the spread of Islam, Ibrahim Lahi. And we know that the Alberton community has changed a lot. The makeup of the Muslim community in Alberton has changed over the years as well. So, we're not talking about a masjid only, where we are talking about 5 times salah in the masjid, but being an Islamic center, I'm sure that the purpose of the Islamic center is going to be fully realized in more ways than one.
No, absolutely. And I think, a real, something comes to mind that one of the ulama has said to me, actually mentioned on with the radio station, right? We look into his earlier said across the entire board. So, we really look far back as the first established house of Allah Ta'ala. And, the Alberton community is really fond of saying that it's not their project. The project that has been put up is actually the house of Allah Ta'ala, and solely for the pleasure of the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the first house that was built on the surface of this earth was the house of Allah Ta'ala, was the Ka'batullah. It has been said that on the day of Qiyamah, every masjid that has been built around the globe will, on the day of Qiyamah, come towards the Kaaba Sharif. And as the masjid comes towards Kaaba Sharif, an angel will call out, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala will call every one of those individuals who contributed towards the establishment of the house of Allah Ta'ala in whatever form. And those people will be granted a house in the house of Allah, in the house in Jannah. And that is what the community needs to understand, that when we build a masjid, it's only for the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala, because Allah Ta'ala will establish a house for you on the day of Qiyamah in Jannah. Whether you've contributed one brick, whether you've contributed one piece of sand towards the establishment of the masjid, Allah Ta'ala will give you the full reward of it. And today the Alberton Jamaat is saying, come have a look at what we have established for the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala, and join us in the celebration of this historical event.
Yes, Alhamdulillah, and once again, I must say Mubarak to both of you, to everybody else that has been involved, and we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the efforts, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the contributions of each and every person that has been involved in making today what is called a momentous occasion. So Alhamdulillah, looking forward to the masjid, and more importantly, in terms of how it is going to benefit the community of Alberton and the Ummah at large as well. Jazakallah, Ebrahim Lahe, Ebrahim Makda, we appreciate your time with us this morning here on Salam Media. Jummah Mubarak once again, and I know this is going to be an extremely special Jummah for both of you.
Jazakallah khair so much, and Jazakallah for hosting us on your radio station. And we look forward to engaging with you in the future, inshallah.
Inshallah, Ameen. Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum assalam.
That was Ebrahim Lahe and Ebrahim Makda on this momentous occasion. 80 years later, history in the making with the opening of the Alberton Masjid, inshallah. The time is just gone 8:47 a.m. We come back. It's time for our Jummah Nasiha.
Osman's Taj Mahal